Squawk.
What is up? There we go, that's better. What is up, beautiful people of Sky Nation? It's your boy Blue here coming at you. We have some Overwatch gameplay. Yes, very exciting. We're still working on Borderlands. We're still working on making a breakpoint review. Man, that game is bad. But you know what? We're taking just a little bit of time to play some games that are really, really fun, that being Overwatch. Now, you'll notice that I'm level 2. And you ask yourself, Blue, why are we going to be watching you play Overwatch if you're level 2? Have you even played this game? The answer is yes. I have played this game extensively. But all of that was on consoles. That was on PlayStation. That was on Xbox. In fact, I remember purchasing this game the very day that it came out. Remember purchasing this game the very day that it came out. We've recently switched over to PC, and we are going back through, and we're just getting all kinds of achievements and skins and stuff that we already had. It was kind of sad, but it was sort of necessary to, you know. Unfortunately, you get to a certain point where you just really want to play games on the PC. Now, another question that you may ask yourself is, why do I play with a gamepad? In fact, just before this, I was playing with a gamepad and ran out of batteries and had to completely scrap that video. You'll notice that I play with a gamepad most first-person shooters. You will be noticing that. Oh, we're support. Okay. Let's see what we have for team comp going on here. I don't hate the Bridget play with the squishiness. Oh, but they got... Okay. So actually, we're going to go with the Zenyatta. I play with the gamepad almost all first-person shooters, and I fully realize that most people like to believe that it is much more precise and much more accurate to play with a mouse and keyboard. And I'm sure to an extent that is true. However, big however, comma, when you have played with gamepads for more than 20 years and really haven't played that much with a keyboard and a mouse. I remember the last game that I actually really played with a keyboard and mouse was the original, the number 1 Rainbow Six from, you know, Lord knows. If that's going to date me a little bit, but it is what it is. You know, I'm an older gamer, and I certainly don't mind being an older gamer. It's just hard for me to play with a keyboard and mouse. I play much better with the gamepad. That's just how my jam works. And bless it, it's going to work just fine. So, switching over to a keyboard and mouse, that was difficult. I even tried it on the PlayStation 4. I think I tried it for Black Ops 3. I switched over to a keyboard and mouse. I got one of those fancy setups where you can play it on the PlayStation. Not a huge fan. Didn't make me feel any better at Rainbow Six. Just in general, didn't like it. There we go. So, when we're looking at a game like Overwatch, and this is just going to be me trying to get in some of the philosophy that I use to play games of this ilk. What I always tell people is we wanna always be trying to just get shotgunned right in the face. It's perfect. Oh, we always want to be trying to play around with the intersection of increasing our potential damage per second, our PDPS, and the intersection between our potential accrued damage per second, our PADPS. You know, the more that we can hit and not get hit, the better. I know that sounds so tremendously overly simplistic, and you ask yourself, why am I listening to this guy? You'll hear me talk about it a lot more in the future in various strategies that I have in the general gaming community. Oh, let's check this out. Scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Nice. Alright. Not too shabby. Pretty decent play of the game. Gonna go for the team player. Gonna go ahead and like I read. But you'll be hearing me talk a lot about that in Overwatch gameplay, is the intersection between possible DPS, potential DPS, PDPS, and possible accrued DPS, potential accrued DPS, PADPS. Imagine a perfect character that could shoot through walls without any sort of like horrible wall hack or aimbots or anything. You know, that character, which the reason why they would be so powerful. I guess it's scrimmage. The reason why it would be so powerful is because their potential damage per second is massive. Right, there's nothing that's stopping them. They can just shoot anybody anywhere on the map. So their potential damage per second is almost 100%. You know, they can put out the total maximum amount of damage without any real hesitance. Also, their potential accrued damage per second is almost 0 because they're behind a wall. If we can work towards getting to become that character, we are going to be doing something great. That would have been close. And that's kind of how I try to at least play this game. Alright, so we got put as tank, Route 66. We've got a Zenyatta, we've got a Lucio, we've got a Junkrat. I don't hate the Winston play. Alright, we're going to go with Reinhardt. Of all the characters in this game, I feel like Reinhardt is the most selfless and also is the most important. Reinhardt, I believe, instantly makes any team comp better. You could even not use any skills. Use 0 skills. Just throw up the shield, and you are a game-changing toon. Reinhardt, I believe, is a great character for new players. So we'll take a look back here, see where our team's going. Alright. Looks like we're kind of steadied up. About here is a good spot, depending on where the Junkrat goes. Okay. Yep, we'll post up right here. Yeah. I mean, the capacity with which to have a barrier, just a generally big old barrier right here, is very important in this game. especially against that Hanzo, by the way. You'll see that Hanzo popping up and around, trying to get through to that Zenyatta. That Hanzo does not quite know how to handle this Reinhardt. Ah, yes. All right. I was hoping that was going to happen. That we were going to go ahead and get stopped and not fly off the edge. You know, that's never good. In general, as Reinhardt, you want to do your best to not fly off the edge. Alright, so they got 3 minutes. They were pushing a little bit, but our team is doing a pretty darn good job holding them back. Now let's see. So they had 1 die. They got 3 going up there. That 1 is going to be popping up behind us. And we've got Eva coming up as well. So I think as long as we can get into the... Oh, that's what I was hoping would not happen. That we were going to end up... Yep. Getting into the fray. Both of those Toons who died, I mean, they were very much in it. And at this point, you know, with both of your tanks back, you should not be engaging in that way. Because you lose them and then both of the tanks end up dying. Yeah. So at this point, now that they're kind of moving in the way that they are, you know, at least if anything, I want to consider maybe changing characters. You know, our Reinhardt is generally effective, but it's not effective predicated upon our team comp. Yeah, we're close enough at least. There. All right. So we're doing okay as Reinhardt. We're holding them all right where they're at. Now it kind of depends on how we play probably the next 15 seconds. We could do. All right. Need a little bit more kind of dispersion. Basically, we really need to try to break them up.
I'm not a good loser. EMP activated. Cease your resistance. I thought you were going to be a challenge. Suiting up. I'm back in the fight. Ejecting.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a rough game. It's been a hard game. You know, sometimes you can just do the best you can with what you have. I feel like, in general, we did our role. I absolutely will be the first to say when we didn't, but I feel like we did. Unfortunately, you know, our real damage dealers, I think, were just kind of a little too gung-ho. Now that was good. I like that. But our main damage dealers were just a little too gung-ho and really weren't playing particularly tactically. And in doing so, I feel like we lost the game. There was one moment that I look back on where we had both of the tanks. It was me and Diva. I like that. Me and Diva coming up from behind. And we ended up losing 3 squishies as we were getting up there, and at that point, I feel like we lost it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're probably going to call that a day, make that a video. As always, if you like this content, you know, hit the like button, hit subscribe. You know, there will be more content in the future. You know, it's not always pretty. It's always entertaining. I like to believe that, at least, if anything, I can shed some light onto at least some basic gameplay tips. You know, you play video games for 25 years and you pick up some stuff. So, this is your boy Blue, signing out, hoping that you have a fabulous day.
Yeah.